Black metal Finlandia. Here we go again with a new band called Disciples of the Void. Now this is a new band with their first release, and the lineup is very anonymous except for the session drummer Tris Kolsvart, who is doing the drums here. But other than that, it has been told or said that this is a band, a duo that wants to keep its heads down, names anonymous, and all that stuff. So let's just focus on the music here. But without the talking first music, I'm gonna show you the album as it always the case with this sort of unboxing stuff. I could start telling about like in a story, like a fable, if you will. Here's the inlay, by the way. That once upon a time there was a black metal indie 1990s. Second wave, where synths were, well, plenty. There were lots of melodic riffs, great fast tempo songs. Theme was more or less dark, and there was lots of keyboards. Did I say already lots of keyboards? Yes, I exactly mean that. During those times also, albums so often featured a kind of a sinister intro which absolutely had nothing to do with the rest of the album. Sometimes a cover song which had very little to do with the album, and also very high-pitched, streaky vocals. During those times that were apparently some like 25 years ago, that is quarter of a century, the albums were kind of a production-wise, they were kind of a thin, they were kind of like homebrew, but then again had a level of understanding how to create this kind of a nice atmosphere without going too dark and all that stuff. Usually these albums had some weird crawling parts which are kind of like death metal reminiscent or leftovers, and also sometimes they might have some spoken parts or clean ones just to give it a little bit of flavor and contrast, but not too much in order not to ruin the album. Now, why I'm talking about 1990s, especially the early parts with the melodic stuff and all that. Well, to be honest, that's all that Disciples of the Void is all about. This is basically a retro album in so many ways. All the things I said about keyboards, being on the background, massive, kind of orchestral, but having kind of like homebrew, Casio feeling. And also about the spoken parts, crawly parts, melodic, fast tempo stuff. Well, to be honest, that's exactly what this is about. Also, the introduction has absolutely nothing to do with the rest of the album, at least when it comes to, atmosphere-wise. Nor the cover song. It's actually quite decent, Bathory cover, but it's not about the Bathory's black metal era. It's Home of Once Brave, which is actually one of my favorites, probably the favorite Bathory track. But it's very different from the band's own material. I'm not saying it's a weird or bad choice, it's just not a black metal one. And also it bothers me, it's a little bit changed too much in my opinion. Call me purist in this case, but I don't think it's perfect. But nothing wrong with that except minor parts, so there it goes. So song-wise, this is all about having fast tempo, lots of melodic riffs, which are actually really good. Some parts just superior. And, fast tempo, nicely done. There's this sense that just, create this nice atmosphere and all that stuff. So what is the bitch about? Well, the fact is that this is kind of like a pastiche of the 1990s. Very retro in that sense. Should this have come out in, say, 1993 or 1994 or something around those lines, this would be a classic of nowadays albums. It would be considered some of the lost gems or jewels that's like, hey, nice that you found out this one, because I totally forgotten this band. However, this is not the case. This is very much 2018, and as such, this is kind of like a memory lane trip. Kind of nice, but then again, this doesn't exactly bring the nostalgic memories of which the real 1990s albums do. And this is probably the only one that is, the only factor that is actually drawing the line between those real classic ones and this one. As they have the kind of a nostalgia bonus, it's easy to value even not so great album as good, great classics. This would be classic in that sense. I mean, it's really well done. And as such, this is a like a big homage to the years when this kind of Norwegian and Swedish, especially Norwegian black metal was basically created, generated, founded, whatever word you want to use for that. This is definitely the same kind of a school as, say, early Emperor. And as such, this is totally for the people who are into that kind of stuff. Also, you could say Dissection, Dark Funeral, along those lines. This is not really aggressive or violent album. This is more about creating those kind of a starlit sky kind of atmosphere. You know, the deep, dark winter nights when everything is even kind of romantic. You have lots of snow there. There's a black sky, and you can see pretty much count all the stars and all that stuff. This is not about panzer wagons like Marduk. This isn't about some necro sound like it's with some more primitive albums. This is the very type of classic 1990s black metal album with all the melodies, all the keyboards, all the spoken parts and whatnot. So, should you happen to be a fan of that, you definitely will love it. Or at least like this one a lot. But if you hated those uber melodic albums back then, well, this is a no-go. Not gonna change your world. But to some, this is one of the better albums of the past few years. So definitely melodic black metal fans should give this one a go. Nice album, and let's hope that we will get to see more stuff from these guys. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Take care.